Better.
We are streaming Joey. Okay.
Well, I'm waiting for it to load.
I can't find my mouse.
You want a trap?
There it is, baby.
Should we be like doing this like a telethon thing?
Well, it's got the link down there.
Let's start calling around.
There we go.
Kind of like Parks and Recs when they
you
were
should
doing.
actually see us there, Joey.
Hold on,
Do you
it's still
see us there
laggy.
yet? I know.
Oh,
It
yeah.
takes a few minutes.
Oh,
before
there
it
we
screens.
go.
It does look like a road.
I told you.
You and Brian look like twinsies.
We coordinated.
How come it's not changing? I just changed my hair.
Wait a
It's a
second.
little bit of a delay. Okay.
Don't
you
lie.
Happy, you happy with how you look?
It doesn't matter.
It's okay. You look great.
You pay with maize.
Okay. I'm gonna hit the button. I'm slightly discombobulated over here. Okay, here we go. Hey everybody, I'm Brian.
I'm Alex Trebek.
Oh, that's awful. You shouldn't say that.
And I'm Jess.
I'm back.
That's right, I'm back. You should have said, they should have followed that up with an I'm back. So come on along, everybody. Spend the next hour or so with us talking about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing, bike camping, just playing bikes.
I might get sued for that one.
Why?
I don't know.
No, you won't. You're fine. Tonight, everybody, I am, and this is how you deliver this, Joe. You were confused by this earlier when
I'm
you were doing
Joey.
the shows. No, tonight, I am pleased as punch to welcome back Jess. Jess, thank you for coming back to the
Would you
program.
say I wouldn't
tonight.
get that? What?
I'm pleased as punch. You've
Yeah,
never
but
heard
you,
that
you
phrase?
referred to me like, I don't know.
No, there was somebody that was confused by the phrase pleased
anyway,
as punch.
we're very glad to have me here.
Jess is back for the first time in a long time. Too long, actually, in my opinion. I think that I've missed you. I know I asked you every night, that we do this, if you'll come on. So tonight, we're going to be talking exclusively about Joey's bad habits. He didn't know that. We're having like an intervention tonight, Joey.
Well,
You
bad
guys
habits.
are so
I got.
quiet over there.
Well, you want to start talking about bad habits in his house.
So what's going on over in Patreon and PayPal, Joey, before we get too deep? into
I think
all the
they
goodness?
shut both of those down.
Did they?
But before they did, Alex sent us some PayPal love this week. Thanks.
Thank you, Alec.
Thank you,
Appreciate that.
Alex.
It's
Thanks,
awesome.
Alex.
Thank you.
Um,
And I'm going to go through the T-shirt shells.
shells.
She
Maybe,
shall,
maybe I
but
should
she
read
shall.
that one then.
So
Can you
last
bring us
week,
up to speed on T-shirt shells?
We did not even have this on the radar when we were doing last week's
Yeah, were you
podcast.
drinking and just?
I don't know.
spent some money?
I don't know. No, I just was like playing
I mean,
around
we
with
got
that.
that huge sponsorship check that you just drained.
They look really good.
Thank you.
They look
Thank
really
you.
good.
That's
Thank
what
you.
she said.
The gum wall T-shirt has exploded, and we have got. I'm going to go through all of them because we've had so many people order T-shirts.
This might take an hour.
Matthew, Sam, Gabe, Dennis, Dan, Benjamin, Craig, Dave Pryor, Clink Buddy, Keith, Timothy, Will, Dustin, Matthew, Chris, Michael, Gene, Cynthia, Alex, John, William, Eric, Larry, Ted, Dayton, Joshua, Alex, Christopher, Sean, and Brian. And I'm hoping I didn't miss any because it was a real tough thing to go through the whole list of the orders and actually try to make sure that I got everybody over there. So if I missed anybody, I seriously apologize for that.
So we have a mutual friend, Gabe.
Yeah.
Gabe is our UPS driver.
Okay.
No, there is more than one Gabe in this world. That is Gabe,
It's Dr. Gabe.
Dr. Gabe.
Oh.
Sorry.
Sorry, Dr. Gabe.
Sorry. I mean, I would love to actually get Gabe, our UPS driver, hooked up on a T-shirt, but this is different. I don't want to take away from Doc here.
I'm
He doesn't
so-
actually go. I don't know.
No, I'm confused. If I'm looking down a lot when I should be looking up, it's because there's a lot of stuff. There's even more stuff going on over here tonight than usual because with one camera, I'm a techno genius. You guys
Somehow.
are actually on one camera, but I duplicated it and split it and made it look like there's two cameras coming off of one camera.
Are
And I
you
actually
sure?
think it looks pretty good,
It
don't
does
you?
look good.
Don't you think it looks good?
We'll
I
see.
think it looks good.
Joey
What
is
are you
currently
doing?
putting a hand
Hold on,
in
I'm
front of
trying
my
to see what it looks
face.
like on the. No, it's not your.
Doing it right. Anyway, we're
Oh
supposed
yeah, see my hands on Jess now.
get your hand off, Jess.
She's got this random hand in front of her.
What are we drinking tonight? And
So I had to look this up because the bottle. I got to bring a bottle over here for a picture because it's a good looking bottle. So we acquired a Dogfish Head Campfire Amplifier Stout.
Fire Amplifier.
Yeah, get this.
Stout.
It is a milk stout released in 2020. Actually released 9/2020, so it's not old. 6.5 ABV and
Do you know what
35.
that stands for?
Just stop trying to be cocky. She always brings that up when I talk about beer 'cause she's like a beer connoisseur. Jet black with a tan head is the color. The aroma: chocolate, s'mores, vanilla, cracker, light roast, touch of smoke. Flavor: milk chocolate, s'mores, vanilla sweet. Sorry, Jessica.
Go
But
ahead,
you
no
always
worries,
you always
no
do the
worries,
ABV,
no
IB.
worries.
Well, you used to do a lot of beer stuff.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah,
Did you used to do a lot of beer stuff?
I
Really?
did. I used to home brew. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
She brewed in the toilet like the people in Alaska.
Oh, good grief, Joey.
Made the toilet wine, the toilet
Oh, you
gin.
see, you know they do that? They brew in the
No.
toilets. Oh,
How do they do that?
you watch like Alaska State Troopers or something?
No.
They do home brew in their toilets because it's illegal.
So we started with kits, right?
in
I
the-
started
Okay.
doing by kits, and then I started doing all grain by like going to Annapolis homebrew and getting stuff like that. It was very fun.
Mike McMahon did us a lot. Still, I think does home brew.
So ABV, alcohol by volume.
Correct.
IBU, International Bitterness Unit.
Correct.
Yeah, I do. I know a little bit. I know that's about all I know with the little beer acronyms that are out there floating around.
She has one of her ex-boyfriends is like the craft beer guy, Maryland, whatever his little Instagram handle is.
Oh,
I'm gonna
really?
give him a shout out.
Okay.
Anyway, break out the s'mores fixins.
moving
Here's
along.
a brew in town. Inspired by cold nights around the campfire, this milk stout is brewed with marshmallows, graham crackers. It's delicious.
Where's their bottle? I want to get a bottle.
I'm going to get a picture of the bottle. All right, well, we're going to fill us up and start talking about Jessica's ex-boyfriends. I just kidding.
Here it is.
I'm here for the
Here
good
it is.
content.
Can you see this? Campfire Amplified, and it says it's actually a cool bottle. It's a cool label. So
It
I'm
is.
holding it up in front of my.
I did the artwork for that, for
camera.
them.
Did you really?
No.
You're awesome.
If we go
Very
to
nice.
the pub house, we could probably get something like that on.
Hey, look, Brian, you're in that. You're Jessica's camera, too. Sorry.
What did I do? Did I just get in the
Never
camera?
mind. We're done. We're done.
Pub
We're
house.
done.
Well, I'm sure this is good.
We've
Although
got-
no one should be going out to pub houses and drinking and doing stuff.
We've got cameras all over the place tonight, and
It's pretty good.
hey, the Howard is here. Howard,
Hi, Howard.
the Howard 301.
Jess
Hey,
is drinking
Howard.
smart water.
I am.
That's
She's a
okay.
smart lady.
And until you threw this thing in my face tonight, I'm going back on training. So
Now, though?
pretty close to it. Because tonight I was going to say, nope, I'm drinking my tea or my seltzer water if I could get one of the good bubblies as opposed to one of the bad bubblies. But then you pulled this thing out, and that just sounded too good to pass up. And it is.
It was
really, really
either.
good.
Oh, I almost got the. Have you seen the woodchuck sangria in a can?
No.
I almost bought that. Then I was like, ooh, no, I am a bearded man. I was going to get a thing on Knob Creek. And then I was like, oh, let me go by the craft beer section. Because this isn't a liquor store by Weiss. It's kind of like, going there for like nice beer. You go in there to.
Oh, do you went in the
That
liquor
corner-
store that's... I know where you're talking about. That's
The one
next
by
to the
Weiss
Subway.
One by Weiss.
in Solomon.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
was at Weiss. I'm like, well, we have 2 beers left.
Okay.
So I went and got I went in there with my hamburger and chicken and whatever.
So you bought dinner tonight with hamburgers and made hamburgers.
Yep.
And you bought the beer tonight. Good job.
Going all out.
Thank you, Joey.
It's the life of Jessica.
I do this to Jessica every night.
I get
Joey provider?
I get breakfast every morning. I get
Dinner every night.
Dinner every night. Usually, I sit on the couch and just talk to Joey. But
I make her lunch some days.
lunch, yep, lunch usually said Pookie on it, like Pookie's wrap. Or
I've been in the.
something like
So you
that.
want to talk about diets? We've been doing wraps lately,
Have you?
and they're actually
Okay.
pretty good. I did put bacon on mine last night,
Well, of course.
but
Bacon makes everything
guacamole,
better.
chicken, lettuce, grill it. Don't put much crap on it. I lost 6 pounds this week.
Did you really?
No,
We don't
No.
even own a scale.
no,
How would you know if you lost 6 pounds?
because when I saw my mom yesterday, she said I look skinny. I got little legs. Is the problem. Anyway, we're pretty.
I'm gonna go first with my ketchup.
Yeah.
Because I got a lot of stuff to talk about because I want to bleed right into the t-shirts.
Go.
Do our
and-
t-shirts bleed?
No,
Okay.
no, thank goodness, because they sold so fast.
So do I get a t-shirt again now?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, because I was able to get more.
Yeah.
I was able to add more to the order, and I got more larges and more extra larges because I think the extra larges sold out in one day. Like,
Less
they
than
were
a
just
day.
Wow.
Gone.
To the
Just
point where
gone.
that one dude started message us. That's how we knew.
Yeah, and then you actually were very kind, Joey. He took one for the team and gave up the one that I had set aside for him, so that a listener could actually get it.
Yeah.
And so
You are
that
such a
you
good man.
you inspired me to actually really run hard and push hard and get more T-shirts added to the order, which wasn't
You
the
did.
easiest thing to do. So,
Well, you did something.
but I was able to get it done. So I added some mediums, I added some larges, and I added some extra larges. They're all back into the store now. That T-shirt, I can't understand exactly why that exploded. I think you just call anything gumwall, and people go crazy for it. It's awesome, and it does. It looks. You were right. Thank you earlier. You said it looked good.
It did look good. It
I'm
looked
gonna-
I said it looked good,
I
too.
love soft T-shirts. Like I will wear any T-shirt if it's like that certain poly cotton blend.
Yeah,
Or
I
mine.
see.
She'll wear anything of mine.
So I'm going to go down that
Socks.
rabbit hole because the last T-shirts we got, which were a poly cotton blend, were like almost 6 ounces in cloth weight.
Like our gray, orange, blue
Yeah,
ones.
and the
Which
blue
I don't
one.
know where mine are.
I
They're
can
in
get
this,
you some- I
they're
got-
in this
I got some.
house.
I've got some. I think I've
No,
got a few.
I have some in here. I don't know.
And this one, so that's almost 6 ounces. This is a 3.7 ounce, which is the lightest T-shirt material I could find. A ring spun cotton poly 50/50 blend. Well, it feels like an old friend.
How's this going to show my man boobs?
They'll be there. We'll see.
Because sometimes the thicker shirts do better. I don't know. I've actually worn way more T-shirts this year than I ever have.
Yeah.
Really?
I've never seen Joey in
I've worn a
t-shirts
T-shirt every day to
besides
work.
this week. Yep.
I always wear button-up mech shirts.
Or you wear like Hawaiian shirts a lot. I see that.
Well, I
a
do
lot.
wear a lot of Hawaiian shirts and like my Shimano specialized mechanic shirts. I wore a T-shirt every day to work this year.
Yeah.
And some of them were GTD. Tom Stewart, hold on, quick shout out. Tom Stewart is watching us on his big TV. The whole family is here. Bailey says that Miss Sand says hi. That's Miss Santora.
Hi, I miss you so much.
I'm gonna pop in the live stream here. Howard bought a T-shirt while listening. If it's good enough for Dave Pryor, it's good enough for Howard.
Aw,
That's
Howard.
nice, nice, Howard. Thank you.
Technically, Dave's like the GTD ambassador
So
anyway, so
I
he's
got-
already doing his job without doing it.
I'm not done. I got
sorry.
so inspired that I'd started with the little doing new stickers.
Yeah.
That I created the gum wall sticker. And you've seen it. It's
Yeah.
a black outer ring with the gum wall and then spokes and then the gum wall colored logo in the center. And I had stickers ordered, and we're not selling those.
That's the best part of that.
That's the best part. We're not selling those.
You're
These
giving
stickers,
them to the Patreons, right?
Tom Stewart.
giving them to
I'm gonna hand
Patreon
deliver his.
patrons. Yeah, we're giving them to patrons. We're gonna put together a whole sticker bundle.
Remind me that we got to throw Tom a T-shirt with a sticker.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll yeah. I got. Yeah,
I'm getting the
we'll
brownie
talk
points
about
with his
that.
wife.
Just stop for a second.
Sure.
Sorry,
Can we also ask Tom Stewart if he can drive us with the Christmas on the
You need to
Tesla?
talk to the mic. Talk To the
Sorry.
mic.
So I was watching TikTok,
Uh-huh.
and there's this way that you can make your Tesla like a Santa Christmas sleigh. And my husband loves Christmas, right?
Okay. He basically is Chris
Yeah,
Kringle.
basically. So yeah, we wanted to know if Tom would pick us up in the car and make it like Christmas for Joey inside.
I love it.
You want to see something funny?
I'm
Look-
sure you do it. No, get off your phone. You can't be on your
I'm
phone.
gonna go.
Podcast.
I got to shave the mustache, but look at that.
Oh my goodness.
Because he's like kind of Amish without the mustache.
I hope that actually shows up well in the live stream because that's funny. No, but I got inspired, so I did the stickers. The stickers are coming out with every T-shirt order. You're not only going to get your T-shirt, but you're going to get a couple of stickers of the gum wall stickers. You're going to get a couple of Love You Buys. I'm sending a whole bunch of stuff out with that. And all of our Patreon patrons are going to get sticker packs mailed to them. They're going to have that sticker in it, but that sticker is not for sale. So I'm pretty excited about that whole T-shirt. I don't know why I got so jazzed about it. And I want to give some credit where credit is due. Joseph was the one that we were going back and forth in the Facebook group talking about colors of T-shirts. And he piped up.
Not
and
me,
said-
Joseph.
No, Joseph. I don't want to say his last name, but He knows who he is, and if you want to really get into it, you can go to the Facebook page and find out who it is. But I gave him credit where credit is due. He was the one that said dirt. He said dirt color on the logo.
Yeah.
And it was tough because I had to go, once I created the logo color and did all the artwork there, when I went over to the T-shirt vendor, I had to find the right color codes because they don't do every color. So I had to kind of do a lot of digging. And I could probably just ask Ted. I said, Ted, what's the color of dirt? He'd be like, oh, that's a Pantone.
Looks like, what's that little peanut guy thing? He's got the little, like...
He'd have pulled out his little
monocle color
hand
finder
grenade thing that he had. He'd done that. So he knows exactly what the Pantone color for dirt is, but I didn't. So I had to do all that homework. But I'm going to give Joseph credit where credit is due. And I told him he's got a T-shirt coming his way as my way of saying thanks for that inspiration.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was a good deal. Hey, guys, I got into Mid-South. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Yay! So, I don't know whether to be excited about that or to be scared about that or to be like, what the hell did you do when you had that impulsive thing where you saw that it was, because that's what happened.
Yeah, 30 seconds of courage, I call it.
Yeah, and I saw it. So here's my plan. And we talked about this last week, Joey. I'm still going to go ahead and, with the same weekend, register for Croatan Buck 50. Because this is the age of COVID, and who knows what's going to happen and what's not going to happen. But what I fear is going to happen is like Oklahoma, they're going to say, okay, like Dave did, which was super smart, when Dave said for unpaved, you can only want you to come if you're within so many hours of driving. So what I'm going to do is if it happens that Mid-South is not actually in my future,
you're going to be prepped.
I'm going to be ready for it. That's one thing. I am going to pick a listener who would like to actually go do it, and I'm going to transfer that entry over to a listener that's maybe out in the Midwest.
Nice.
So one way or the other, we're going to have some sort of a connection to Mid-South, whether I'm there doing it or whether I just kind of hand it off to somebody else. So, and I kind of feel that's what's going to happen because of the way COVID is. Just in the last week, it's like, boom, exploded all over the place. So got a little concerned with that. So there we are with that. I've got one more thing, Joey, before I'm done, and I'm going to turn it over to you. Tech tip. I have a tech tip. So today I rode, and it's not cold out. You're right. It's like in the 50s.
It's windy, though.
But
20-mile-an-hour winds today. So I literally felt like I was like uphill the entire day. But with the wind chill and my Garmin out on its mount, it gets cold. And my Garmin is a little older. It's an older 520. And when it gets cold, the battery just goes, it just goes away.
You get a little earmuffs for it?
Well, here's my tech tip, is if you look down and you see that your battery is, because I keep my battery percentage on my screen because I know that I have that problem, you can take your Garmin, unmount it, and stick it in your jersey pocket, and it gets up next to your body and it gets warm again, and you'll actually see the battery boost back up a little bit. So that's a tech tip from me for cold weather Cummins.
Tech tip, I'll get you a Wahoo. 24 hours of continuous runtime.
Before we go over to you, Joe,
best thing too, if your Garmin computer died, you can just turn your watch on.
Yeah, well, I don't wear my watch when I ride.
Really?
Why not?
Why not?
Tan lines you worry about?
Like the way that it sits on my wrist and kind of bites.
Yeah.
So I'm not a real big. I've never actually been a real big watch wearer. This is the first watch I think I've ever really had that I've worn.
Yeah.
Just because it's very comfortable. So there we are.
Well,
I've never been a watch wearer though.
So I've never been a watch wearer either, and I don't like that it like messes with my head when I'm running or biking or doing anything like that.
Or
I don't
sitting
like
around looking at your stress level.
Or sitting around,
Her stress level goes up when I'm home.
Do we have stress level things on our Instincts?
I don't know. It's probably in our Connect app.
Okay.
Oh, I don't wonder about that.
However,
back to Jess.
But because of COVID and because there's no gyms and I'm not inside as much, my Garmin 945 will text Joey if
245.
I am in distress. So I hold a button down for 3 seconds, and it'll immediately text Joey my location. And
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we bought this new watch for legit safety reasons.
You have to hold a button down for that? It's not like a G sensor?
I hold this top down button for 3 seconds, and it sends you an email.
What if you're
an email or a text?
What if you're don't hold it down?
But it doesn't go to 911 or anything like that. It just
No,
goes to you.
it's like
no,
Angie.
it goes to Joey, but then,
What if you're immobile?
Well, I mean, there's always those ifs. Why
Yeah.
why you want to interject with all these crazy
But Joey
thoughts?
did.
I'm worried about her all the time she leaves the house running.
But
Running.
Joey did a great thing the other day. I didn't know if I was going to have time between running and Saturday school because I teach on the weekends. So he found my location based off my Garmin and delivered a coffee to my car.
Aw,
I know, it's
that's
super
nice.
nice.
You ask her how she puts up with me.
Treated like a queen over here.
Her stress level does really go up when I get home.
Okay, my live stream is very laggy.
Oh, mine's
so
perfect.
I can't see any. Like, is there anything in the live stream? Any comments or anything going on in the?
Is anyone getting the Patrick Bateman American Psycho business card scene vibe from shirts? I mean, I'm a movie person, but I don't know what that
If
is.
you're still there or not, because it doesn't tell me whether there's anybody in the stream. But you and I had a very long conversation about T-shirts, and you out-geeked me with that, talking about halos and stuff going on with T-shirts and how they were made. So don't give me any of that.
They just probably have a Discovery How Is It Made show on that one.
Yeah. Okay. What have you been up to, Joey?
Not a whole lot. I've been training so hard. I've been riding. I've been getting ready for Land Run 400. I've been busting my butt hours after hours of training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm worn out.
Yeah. You using the new Strava?
I got a new Strava account. It's the Ginger Grinder. I'm bringing that name back.
Oh my
Ginger Grinder.
Yep.
I can't handle you. I can't.
Okay, now, so what is the new thing? Because everybody's leaving Facebook, so we have to leave Strava too, right?
Do we? I don't get on either.
I don't know. Everybody's like migrating away
I'm
from
about to leave
Facebook.
Instagram because these reels. Instagram
what
was my
are
one
those?
thing. It's because I guess when TikTok was supposed to fall out, Instagram wanted to pick up all that.
Oh,
Now they're
is
turning
that
to
what
Instagram
those
and
are?
TikTok. No, it's like not cool anymore.
So I'm going to apologize, Joey, but you have watched that Jack Black
Oh,
video
yeah.
about Jack Black dancing
have you
almost
seen?
naked.
Have you seen Jack Black doing the WAP?
Literally,
The WAP,
I
yeah.
came home and from running this morning, and there's Joey laying in bed watching this video again.
I only
Did you
saw
watch
it
the
because
Barstool
you
review?
shared it. You shared it.
Oh,
didn't
yeah, I
you?
did.
Yeah, yeah.
I was proud of
That's
that.
why I saw it.
And then the Barstool review, it was awesome. People need to see that. You know, me and Jack Black share a similar complex in size. You know, he's just a lovely dude.
Yeah.
He's a lot bigger than me.
Yeah. Yeah. A
No,
lot
I
more
have not been
famous,
riding my bike.
Richer.
Well, I'm famous.
A little
right?
bit more funny.
That's just relative. To me, I'm rich. I have a roof over my head, family I love. I'm happy.
There you go.
I don't need millions of dollars. It'd be nice. We get yelled at for buying a new iPhone. No, I joke.
You got a new camera too, right?
I got a new camera, but I didn't get a new iPhone. But I was
He
like,
hasn't told me about that yet.
and then I told her that it's like, oh, I want the new iPhone for the camera. She's like, you just bought a new camera. Anyway,
he hadn't told me about the new camera
Oh
yet.
my goodness.
I bought a
saw
new
it over
camera.
there.
I bought a Pelican case for my camera instead of a camera bag because I destroy stuff. Actually, my
Cool.
7D is 10 years old.
Okay. You've had that. a
No,
long
I
time.
mean, actually, you like the nights you text me and I don't text you. You know, I've been going to bed between 7:30 and 8 o'clock.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So when you text
Well,
me
it's
and I don't
dark.
respond,
It's dark.
it's
out.
dark, but I've been getting up at 5 o'clock every day.
dark time.
I did 4 trips in the kayak last week at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well,
Yep.
I was on the water by 6.
Well, we'll talk about that in a little.
That's
bit.
another podcast.
That's
but
another
that's what I
podcast.
was doing. Only because dark time now is 5 o'clock. We are still a month away from winter solstice.
Yep. That's just
So
21st. Yeah.
I looked it up today.
Yeah.
Until it starts going.
Wait till you see what I have in the show notes later on. Speaking about that, we're on the same wavelength right here,
man.
buddy.
Oh,
Um,
good grief.
We're on the same.
But I
wavelength.
am in the point because of 12 rides where I need to get miles so we can. I only want to do the NCR. I need to get in shape and I need the miles, but I also want to start riding with Jess a lot on weekends. But I don't just want to ride the AJR loop every time we go ride. Like I want to go ride somewhere.
Yeah.
So me and her will start doing that. But NCR,
Cool.
that's just a yearly.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot of stuff.
I can't
like that
go cold
coming up.
turkey into that one.
No, we
because I about died last year. If it
we've
wasn't
got
for Mike
NCR.
McMahon.
We've got Boxing Day on the towpath. We got a lot of
We're
stuff.
doing Boxing Day on the towpath.
Didn't that what we?
We
No,
did
no,
that
we
last year.
No. We did Boxing Day on NCR.
No, we did Boxing Day on the towpath, didn't we?
I can't remember. I need to go.
Oh yeah,
back and
no.
look.
NCR last year was like December 17th.
Yeah.
It was the weekend before.
Okay.
The following weekend, Boxing Day, which
Was
but
towpath.
the year before that we did Boxing Day on the NCR.
And then we didn't do anything on New Year's, right?
Not this year.
Not this year. Okay.
Because I remember going to my sister's and having what's that meat inside bread?
Beef Wellington?
Oh yeah, that was good.
You had beef Wellington?
Yeah, my brother-in-law made it, and I made homemade rolls, which I'm staying home for Thanksgiving. I think, are we? Either wherever I'm going for Thanksgiving this year, I'm making homemade rolls this year.
Score.
With a little salt on top and butter.
Nice. Chef Joey.
And
Ginger grinder.
Everyone's heard that story in here.
Ginger roller.
I was
Get it rolling the dough.
well. It is going to time of year where I love to start baking and cooking, and
Yeah.
I should have my smoker going by next week.
Making some cookies.
Oh yeah, I want to put cookies on the smoker.
Ooh.
Remember we talked about cookies in the air fryer?
Yeah, actually, some people have been. I have bacon grease in the air fryer right now. That might be a good combo.
No, I watched it.
Um,
Thank you.
No, last night, today.
Oh, no, I didn't watch it then.
No, I was actually debating this week because I have all the stuff, but I was debating on like before it gets too cold, it'd almost be good for night riding because I used to do it a lot. I love night riding.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard when I don't have someone like Austin do it with.
Yeah.
But I also have the Wahoo upstairs. I'm like,
You know,
it's so safe and easy to do the Wahoo, but I don't know.
Motivation's hard.
well, you know, I'm not a night. I've
Yeah.
done that a couple. I tried it. I didn't just summarily dismiss it.
Yeah.
I just didn't say, not going to do
Me
it.
and Austin did a metric at night one time just on a whim.
Yeah.
Is it because of your weak eyes?
I do.
Yeah.
My eyes, I don't see as well at night as I used to. But I don't, that's not really it. I think it's because if it's warm out and it's dark, then I'm okay. But the combination of dark and cold, that kind of gets me. I'm not a fan of it.
I liked it. Like I said, me and Austin would do it a lot.
Yeah.
And when I was in a shape where, like, that one night we just had to do a night century or metric, like, it was fun. We just did the AGR like 4 times.
Well, I know that they, Austin and, wasn't it Casey and Glenn?
They did the lake a few times.
They would go over and do the lake.
I would do Rogerville a lot at night. And then one time I had to find a lost person with a park ranger. I ran into him in the middle of the trail,
No,
which is
I
kind
don't-
of spooky.
That don't do it.
I don't mind it if you don't think of, if you have to ride hard mountain biking and then you forget about being scared
Okay.
because you're working. If you're just doodle-doo,
Then it's easy to kinda
then it's
lose
easy to
what
be
you're-
like, you get that feeling like someone's behind you the whole time.
I moved Max's bed tonight, so he's very restless.
Oh, and he whines for Jess.
Aw.
Yes, he whines for me. It happens.
But
See him?
if I
Yeah,
have to
can see
ride
him.
outside for the motivation, I'll start doing it. I'll ask Tom if he wants to go. He lives up the street. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm blowing a lot of time here, but
Anything going on in the live stream? Let's follow up with that again. Big Country MTB, lots of resurfacing on the C&O going on right now.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a time of year for that.
The Howard 301 NCR is the what does it actually stand for?
Northern Central Rail Trail. 'Cause
Yep.
it was the Northern Central Railroad, but it's also,
Yeah.
they renamed it Torrey Brown Rail Trail.
Oh yeah, and it leaves from Cockeysville,
Yeah, or
And then
Hunt Valley.
Hunt Valley. Yeah, you turn where the taco shop used to be, and there's a nice parking lot.
On Paper Mill Road.
Yep, and it's probably got like 50 spots. And there's
Oh,
the
more than
actual
that.
start is what, like half a mile down the road. You could park in some weird neighborhood. Just park in the big lot,
Yeah.
and then you just pull. There's a bathroom right there, and then no, there's actually not a bathroom there. About a mile up, there's
Right.
a couple porta potties
There's about a half mile up. There's
Yeah.
one of those big porta potties. It's
Yep.
always there.
right over the little creek.
And it goes all the way to the Pennsylvania-Maryland line in New Freedom.
Yep.
And then the York Heritage Trail takes over and goes from New Freedom up into York. So it's about 40 miles one way, most of it natural surface.
Yep.
And I agree. Ted was saying last week that the distance from New Freedom up to York is actually a little prettier. And I wouldn't disagree with that. I think it is actually really nice.
I've actually never been much past that.
Really? Past New Freedom?
Not much past New Freedom.
Okay.
But I will.
Lots of
But
rocks. It's really
so
cool.
it's what 21 miles from the parking lot to New Freedom, and the second 10 of that is like 3% uphill. You don't realize it till you turn around.
when you're coming back.
Yeah, which is a lot of fun to come back with. I don't know. I would check it out. We actually have that on our gravel. Do we have that on our gravel database?
Yes, we do.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we do. It is the NCR is.
And we
in the
have a
gravel
couple YouTube
database.
videos on our channel.
Mhm.
It's and when you get to New Freedom, you could get pizza or coffee or whatever you want. There's a couple places to stop. Highly recommend. And we'll be doing it. We'll announce the day. We'll figure out the day we're doing it and announce it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll probably be a Sunday.
Whether it's I like that idea of doing it sort of before the holidays, but not quite all the way to the end. It gives us the opportunity to pick some nice days.
There's a great poke place to get to go orders on the way up.
Ted said, cold weather solo riding tech tip: throw a space blanket in your jersey pocket or frame bag for safety if you have a mechanical. Hey, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I hadn't thought about that. From a mechanical perspective, if you're sweating it up and then you have a mechanical and you have to wait for help on the side of the road, that'd be really nice to actually have the ability to get warm with a space blanket.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks, Ted.
I just ride with a mechanic.
Well, but wait a minute. When he
you still got
rides,
to stop too.
he's not a mechanic if he rides, right? Isn't that
He's
what
always my personal mechanic.
All right, we got a couple of listener emails I want to dive into real quick. From Michael, what would it take to get some Love You Bye stickers sent to me, a loyal Patreon? Well, Michael, they should have already shown up because I dropped them in the mail and sent them off. That's all you got to do is say, hey, send me some stickers. So he sent me that message on somewhere, Patreon, some platform or something.
So how long has he been a Patreon member? Remember when I took over for Wes, I resent everyone a whole sticker packs.
Yeah.
Well, I think he may have gotten those.
Oh, okay.
This was just an extra little thing.
Oh,
And
okay.
I was like, okay, yeah, I got you some
I, mean,
stickers.
I only have a few more, I think.
The Love You Buys?
Yeah.
I've got a few.
I have one on my laptop because
Yeah,
now
there's
when
one
I
on my
leave
laptop.
a meeting, I say, bye, love you, bye. And people are like, what is she doing?
So you did get Michael Love You Buys?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yep, they are out the door, gone.
Now they're government property until they show up.
I sent them that day. So if they haven't showed up yet, blame the post office.
I have a lot of
From
post office issues.
Janine, I guess that's how you would say that.
Speaking of which.
Janine, thanks for your podcast. You're very welcome. We love doing it.
Oh, thanks, Janine.
I love the Loudon 1725 race reports. I'm excited about the 2021 edition. Yes, and again, thank you, Larry. Thank you, Ted. And thank you, Nadine, for sending us some voicemails with those race reports for 1725. Regarding the elevation differences that the riders report, the Garmin reading may have used barometric pressure, which would cause the reading to be wonky on such a rainy day. I had that happen once in a flat marathon during a storm. The 2015 Shamrock Marathon in Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach, yep.
My Garmin reported 2,562 feet of elevation gain in 26.2 miles, and yet the course is flat. So, interesting. I hadn't thought about that with rain being a factor with your elevation gain readings. And so I didn't know. I'll be honest with you, that's always kind of confused me how they come up with those numbers and what's real and what's not. But I don't know. There's an idea. There's a thought. Maybe if somebody's got some different ideas, they can throw it out there. Anything going on the live stream, Joey?
I lost a package. I was just thinking of USPS. Cold weather. Oh, nope. Nothing new in the live stream.
Okay.
Speaking of which, I'm in a huge debacle with more USPS stuff. So
Postal Service?
Bear with them, everybody.
You want to go through Strava Club, bro?
Strava Club.
Strava Club.
All right, let's figure out how to do this one. Bertrand Doron, did I say that right?
I guess so.
From
Sure.
Greenville, South Kakalaki, at 165 miles. Jonathan,
I have to tell you this, Joey. When I go through and do the Strava Club and I pull the name, if the name is something that looks like it would be very difficult to read, I skip it and I go to the one
Oh,
above.
that's not fair.
Yeah, it is.
man, I would switch that. Jonathan Paul from there's supposed to be, that is a grammatical error. Jonathan Paul from Verona, unless it's Jonathan Paul from.
No, Jonathan Paul from Verona, Pennsylvania.
Space. Didn't have space in there before.
Oh, maybe I didn't have a space.
From Verona, had 118.9 miles.
Good job, Jonathan.
Yeah, super awesome.
Oh man.
No.
Steve Harris from Heartland, Michigan.
Where?
A Michigonian.
Where?
A Michigonian.
A Michiganite.
From the heartland of Michigan at 208.3.
We jest. We love Michigan, kind of. Sucked Wes away, so. Michigan.
Maybe. We haven't heard from him.
We haven't heard from Wes in a long time.
Haven't heard
the
from Wes in
one-
a
the
He
long
may
time.
have actually just moved down the street.
Probably about that. Yeah, he's over there. To break in the top 100, you needed 110.5, which
way
I
down.
might be able to make top 100 soon if I get my act together.
That's way down.
I get a good tailwind like this and just ride it to like Huntingtown and back.
There you
I'm
go.
good.
can do it.
We're at no, I couldn't. You might get hit. 675 members, and if you're not a member yet, excuse me, we're at strava.com/clubs/gravel travel dirt.
Thank you, Bertrand, Jonathan, and Steve. Congratulations. Great job.
Thanks, friends.
Thanks, Steve.
And 675
Reconsider location
folks.
changes.
So now I want to talk to Jess.
I'm here. I'm here for it.
This is what I've labeled the meat and potatoes of tonight's episode 98 podcast. Now, everybody may have noticed.
I'm a meat kind of guy.
Down at the bottom of the live stream, under our logo, actually, I hope it's not hidden by the little logo thing there. I'll read it to you. heroes.stjude.org/Santora, correct?
Correct.
I am going to pop over there and fix that. But we are actually trying to raise some money tonight for St. Jude. Jess works tirelessly, in my opinion, for St. Jude. She is a true hero of St. Jude. She is always promoting them, talking about them, and doing things for St. Jude. And what was our goal tonight? You gave us a goal, Jess.
$100.
$100.
Yep, to fund one wagon so a kid can use a wagon instead of using a wheelchair to go to chemo therapy.
Okay, I'm going to go in real quick, and I want to change that link location so that we will be able to, people can read it. So I want to just move that real quick so that people can see it. Actually, what I'm going to do is move the logo. Actually, I'm just going to make our logo go away.
Joey, you have to listen. This is my section.
Put this right here in the middle, and then transition that. So now the link should be a little bit easier to read in a slightly different location. So, folks, it's time to crack open your wallets for a good cause for St. Jude.
I feel like we're doing one of those, everyone get on the phone sound. Just start going
Joey's doing nothing over there but answering the fundraising phone.
Yeah. Hello?
We've never done this before.
Alex Trebek.
This is a trial here.
I dare somebody to call Joey right now. Dare them.
Someone might do that.
Tell us a little bit, Jess, about St. Jude. Give us a little rundown for people who may not actually know.
Was that pun intended?
No.
A rundown.
A rundown. Oh, that's right, because you're a runner.
A runner.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so St. Jude, they never receive a bill. So that's the major thing.
The families don't.
The families don't, yep. And the
Sure,
families can live there. They don't have to work. They get all their meals provided for them and stuff like that. So when we did the St. Jude Marathon last year, Joey and I had some really cool experiences down there. When you run the marathon and you wear a gold bracelet, you are actually a survivor of St. Jude.
Oh, wow.
So if people are running and they have the gold bracelet on, they survive St. Jude and are running it to promote more people to donate to St. Jude because the marathon is the largest fundraiser for them.
That's cool.
And if the people are wearing purple, they are a family member of somebody who is at St. Jude or was at St. Jude. So it's a really cool experience. We got to... every mile marker, there was a kid's picture of the kid who you're running for and stuff like that. You actually run through the St. Jude campus, and the kids are out in their mask and their wheelchairs and supporting you. It's super awesome. There's definitely tears.
It was very emotional.
It was very emotional. It was
even
super
as a spectator.
emotional.
How many times have you done that? You've just done that once?
I've done it once. This year it was canceled because of COVID.
Okay.
You did it half the year before.
I did. Yep. I did the half the year before. Joey's sister ran the 10K.
Okay.
And, we've just made it like a tradition that every year we go down and run a marathon for St. Jude.
When are you going to get Joey to run it?
Well, Joey is the number one spectator. Joey was drinking, which was his sister got done running. Joey and him went to a bar. Joey got quite toasted.
I didn't get toasted. I was a little buzzed.
And then he tried to rent Segways to meet me at miles.
No.
For the marathon, I tried to go to the first point because I figured it wouldn't be anyone out there.
Yeah.
Did not go well.
I'm sure it didn't go well.
No. So they actually were before the alcohol at like 8 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
And the brewery opened at 9 because of the event.
Every good brewery.
I ended up parking the moped, and it was like one of those bike share things at the brewery, which was right on course. And it was by Johnny Cash's. The really cool thing is it's in Memphis.
Yeah.
So where we were, which is actually further away from Beale Street, was right where Johnny Cash used to record.
Score.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll let Jess keep going.
No, it was super awesome. Joey is number one spectator. Joey started crying at the finish line. I've never seen Joey cry before that experience. He saved me a cookie because the night before I didn't want to eat anything new or different. So
Smart.
Joey saved me a cookie. And, you know, he gets to see it every morning. You know, he sees me going out at 4 a.m. And running and training and stuff like that. So it is pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Now, they do that marathon once a year, right? But
Yep.
you're raising money for them all year long, right?
All year long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're always got something going
on. When training, I really believe in having a strong why, right? So your why has to motivate you to get out of bed every morning. Your why has to motivate you through running up hills and running speed workouts and stuff like that. So having a why and a solid platform is the way I get through endurance-based events.
And that was one of the things that we were all bouncing around some messages earlier about what we wanted to talk about. And that was the question I had for you was you, because you're a runner.
Yeah.
That's your primary thing. Joey's a sitter. And that's his primary thing.
We almost got Joey a shirt
Whoa.
that says, I don't do marathons, I do a marathoner. We just thought it would be super appropriate for Joey to have that at all my races.
There's children's in here.
Sorry.
My question, though, was how do you maintain where does the motivate? You just kind of answered it, but the motivation to keep training, that was kind of the big thing I was kind of curious about is you know, and you did just answer it, so I guess
No, I mean, it's super important to us. Like, Joey and I are not ready to have kids yet, and we are not at that stage in our lives. So my way of doing that is to save everybody else's kids.
Nice.
And that's the way we do it. When we fly down to Memphis or fly home from Memphis, there are always either survivors or families coming back who were patients at St. Jude. Mm-hmm. So when we were in the baggage line, a girl had a button, and she congratulated me on my marathon. And her daughter was in St. Jude, and she comes back to runs the race every year in honor of her daughter.
So how is, like, gravel bikes, gravel races, gravel events, they're endurance events, very similar to, in my opinion, a marathon. I mean, an athletic endurance event is the same all over. Yeah, Jay?
I walked 8 miles 2 years ago during a half
Oh
marathon.
my goodness.
And I think I walked 8 last year for the full marathon.
That's actually a good point. You walked as
I was
much.
an endurance walker.
So Joey likes to, when I get done with my races, he likes to look at his watch and be like, I'm so exhausted. I've never walked so much in my life.
I usually eat my way around the course.
What's my actually next question?
Yeah.
Nutrition.
I got to keep my body balanced.
How are they from a cycling to a running event? How is it different or the same, or what from a nutrition standpoint leading up to during training as well as during the event?
Yeah. So nutrition is something that I'm focused on a lot more this year. Putting a lot more carbs in my body and fueling my body healthy. Mm-hmm. A lot of females go through some difficult times with their bodies and eating and endurance events, especially through social media, right? You can scroll like runners on Instagram and you see these super fit chicks with, you know, yes, like Joey's modeling for us, with 6-packs. And it's really hard because not everybody looks like that in endurance-based events. Mm-hmm. So really working with a nutritionist right now to up my carb intake so I can handle very, very high mileage weeks.
I will go you one step further.
Yeah.
I think most people don't look like that in endurance-based events.
Yeah. And it's just, you know, we could eat the same and we can do the same exercises and we will all look different.
Because it's not about speed.
Correct.
An endurance event is not about speed.
Correct.
It's about endurance and the ability to burn a lot and continue to burn a lot as you move along. So it's not that high-intensity kind of athletic endeavor. It is more of a slow burn. And I think there's different types of people doing those two different things.
Yeah.
So...
our big saying for St. Jude, if you go down there, you know, you have people out there who are trying to qualify for Boston. You have people out there like that. But I'm in the the time bracket of
That's geriatric bracket.
Thank you. We have this saying on the back of our shirts that says, I'm not here for qualifying times. I'm here for saving lives.
Nice.
And it's something that we've gotten on lots of our shirts and stuff like that because that's truly why we are here.
Yeah. I want to do real quick, do a little interjection. While you're listening to this or while you're watching this, open up those wallets, follow the link that's there on the live stream. I want to read it out
Mine's in my truck.
again. heroes.stjude.org/Santora. It's Santora. How does cycling now? Because we're a bike podcast,
Yep.
so you know that. Did you know that?
Yes, I did know that.
How?
Usually, I'm sitting on that couch writing lesson plans during this. But yes,
I know everything kind of folds into each other. Everything folds into itself. Does that play a part in some of your running training? Do you see do they come together?
Yeah, absolutely. Cross training is a huge thing. Running is very stressful on the joints. It hurts the knees. It hurts the ankles. It overall does hurt. So I enlisted some help from Celine Yeager, and she told me to take my watch off on tough days because it's just about getting through the
when
workout.
you're on your bike.
Correct.
Or both.
Both.
Okay.
Yep. This is the first year I'm training with a watch, and not for times, but strictly because, it's dark outside. I'm usually running on the treadmill, but I don't have a treadmill.
Okay.
So I take my watch off, but I also cross train. So I only have 3 running days a week. I have 2 short runs and then a long run on the weekend.
Okay.
Everything else is cross training.
Okay.
So rowing, Pilates, yoga on the bike, anything that gets my body moving without causing stress of my joints.
Cool. Now, you swimming at all?
Can't swim because of the pool.
The water's wet.
Have they not opened the pool?
They're not, and they're actually not accepting our cards.
It's $6 no matter what.
It's $6 no matter what.
For 1 hour only.
Yeah, and you can only swim for an hour, and you have to rent the lanes.
I've been out of the pool for a
it's super
long
hard.
time, since before COVID, and I haven't gone back to it. I was a swimmer. I am a swimmer.
Yeah.
And I just haven't even. It hasn't even entered my mind in the age of pandemic to go back to the pool. So I was curious when you're talking about this.
Let's just get that flashback of when Joey Sikorsky came swimming with us. And
Hey, I swam multiple times last year.
You did a very good job. And that's also the thing with motivation, right? Build your tribe and build them hard.
Okay.
Joey is definitely one of those people in the morning, if my alarm is going off, he hits me and says, "You better get outside."
I did yesterday at 4 a.m.
Just to get her out of the bed.
The aliens are coming. You better hurry up.
She's got like this alien alarm thing. Oh, she was up at 4 a.m. Was it yesterday?
He just wants you to get going so the alarm stops beeping. That's what it is.
No, I get up not long after. Although today I slept until 6.
But again, Joey's there at the end of workouts to make breakfast, to make sure things are done. And it's super important because if Joey was training right now, it'd be really hard to manage both schedules.
So
that is exactly why I don't train or ride my bike.
Talking about schedules, how do you get all this training in and work and balance that life, and especially in the age of a pandemic? How does all that come together?
So let's just take for today, for example. So I was up by 4 and I was on the road by 5 a.m. Coffee, drink at noon, eat a piece of peanut butter toast. My run lasts from 5 to 6:30. Shower, come home, eat. School starts by 7.
Okay.
I work from 7 to 3, and then I have an extra tutoring job from 3 to 5:15, and then dinner in here. I mean, that's a typical day.
That's a long day.
Yeah.
That's why we go to bed.
That's why we go to bed at 8 a.m. And rest is super important.
Well, I'll stop texting you at like 9 o'clock at night.
Well,
when I've had
if
3
I don't
beers.
respond, you think I'm ignoring you. Well, yesterday I was driving home too.
I don't think you're ignoring me. I'm
not pulling a Wes.
I just like to bugger you when I know that I've got you, and then you have to go
Well, the
back
problem
and
is
read
too,
all of them.
if I get up at 5, I accidentally woke my parents up a few weeks ago at like 3 a.m. So I'm afraid to text people, like, respond back, and then when I actually should respond back, I forget.
It's okay.
Then you're like, hey, did you see that? I'm like, oh, yeah, sorry.
But last night we were supposed to have dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And you
Where
did.
were you guys supposed to have
I
dinner
forgot that
Lighthouse.
I planned me, my dad, Jerry, and Brian at Lighthouse on Monday.
You were telling me about this.
Yeah.
You were super excited.
I was, and then I forgot my dad. My dad actually found out like a month ago. So this is a tech tip where my dad was in the military, in the Air Force for a while, and usually out in flight lines and stuff. He was a cop, but had a little run-in with skin cancer on the tip of his ear. So I drove him up, and I didn't even think about our date night.
Oh, that's
mainly because my dad was supposed to go too.
That's okay.
And they would take a little. He wouldn't tell me if it was like bologna thickness or like like paper thin. They would shave part of the ear and then microscope it. See if they got the cancer out and then move to the next.
Again,
and then they only had to do like 2 or 3 layers. He said the worst thing was the skin graft because they took a little chunk of skin right here and just put it on.
Put it on
tip
the
of his
top.
ear, yeah. But it looks like he has a marshmallow taped on there for like a week. I felt horrible.
I messaged him last night and said, I hope he's doing better. Hope he's feeling good.
He's anyway, I didn't blow you off. I totally forgot,
know.
and I got in the CVS parking lot because I was on the go the whole day. I'm like,
Once you pulled out what you were doing, it was like we couldn't give you a hard time.
yeah, I was like, yeah, give me a hard time. Yeah.
You pulled out the big C. It's like, nah, we can't give him a hard time over that.
I parked in some illegal parking lot too, and like across from the dermatologist thing. I'm like,
Where did you go? Where did you?
it was right,
go?
literally
Indianapolis?
behind the Grolls by Naval Academy,
Okay,
the stadium.
That's why you were.
So I got naval bagels.
Okay.
I know it was a side rant, but
And no, it's okay.
No, it's important.
but wear your sunscreen because
Wear your
he
sunscreen.
lectured me
Yeah.
yesterday. And this was the first year I got serious after that day I got burned at St. George. As I'm 30, I mean, I'm already.
I wear the
My dad's only
sunscreen, wear the
mid-50s.
sunscreen, and I reapply, but I
Yep.
still get like, I don't get burned, but I get dark. It looks like I've been out. In the
You do.
sun.
But
I put it on. I put it on. I know at some point I'm gonna. My dad had.
But
it.
I invested in sunscreen. But I also have Jess hates it, like my shirts when I'm on the water too, and my pants. Like I'll wear. They're super lightweight.
Yeah.
But I cut and I have my sombrero.
Anything in the live stream? Any questions for Jess coming her
No,
way?
we got a few donations. So
Oh, did we?
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yes. Thank you, Ted.
Yeah, the Howard said he would match up to $50.
Yep. Thank you,
Oh,
Ted,
nice.
and thank you, Tom. We really appreciate it.
I've been meaning. This is what I wanted to do when I was here too. Was I was actually going to open up my phone and go do something. But then I'm not talking, so there's nothing going on the podcast.
And Joey, thank you, Joey. Thank you for donating, Joey. I really appreciate you.
You're welcome. I donated my monthly Patreon contribution.
How do you do this now? So I just hit the donate now, and I ain't rich. That's the first thing I saw was the $100 button. Okay, so we'll do this. We'll do this on the side here.
So we appreciate it, right? So every $100 gets a kid with cancer a wagon instead of a wheelchair to go to chemotherapy. We all are feeling stressed and overwhelmed and overworked with COVID, and I can't even imagine what kids at a hospital are going through right now, because all of the child life service specialists and doctors coming in and OTs and PTs and all these things, right? Kids still have to get education when they're in a hospital. So all these things are super important while
Man,
doing
that'd be one
things.
heck of a job for you. I mean,
Yeah.
if you could keep your pension.
So thank you, Joey. But it's called Child Life Service Specialist, and I did it in college at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia.
Oh.
So
Okay.
You've just been a saint since forever.
Hopefully that just went through. I don't know if it did or not, but maybe it'll show up. Joe, you had a question. You guys were going to talk about what you were going to do for bike training for next year.
Oh,
Did
when
you
we were
have some
talking
thoughts on
about
it?
things
'Cause-
to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
goals are good for us, Joey.
I would say, like, I think we should write it on our wall. I should repaint some of my walls. I looked up there. I got some on the trim. I mean, what? So you have Land Run. You've already thought ahead a little bit.
Land Run, CBF, Croatan Buck 50, one of those two. I've also got some tours on the schedule for next year, which I'm pretty excited about to actually be able to get back to work. Beyond that, I haven't
You
really
work?
set any goals. Yeah, sometimes.
I don't think I have. Here's the thing. What I want to do next. I don't want to, no offense, put anything on my calendar like that.
Mhm.
What I want to do is I want to take some time off of work and do like a tour. And
Joey,
I'm not talking
ever
like,
since I've met you, your goal is to do a cross a country
yeah.
ride. I mean,
I
ever since I
want
met
to do.
Joey.
I want to do the. God, I've been dying to do it.
Trans Am.
Probably the Trans Am route.
Yeah.
Not this year. What actually would be fun this year is like a shakedown. Maybe like a. I want to take like a week, and I don't know if that means I ride from here to wherever and fly back or something. Like,
I think a fun way to do it, and I've talked about this, and I think you and I have talked about this.
get somewhere and ride home.
Well, no, Adventure Cycling does Trans Am in sections. There's 13 segments.
Yeah.
And the segments are like, I think, 400 to 600 miles. To actually take a week and go do a segment.
Yeah.
And then, because you don't have to do the Trans Am all at one time. You can ride across the country.
Oh
but
yeah.
you don't
Phil
have to
Smith
do
wants
a
to.
Yeah.
segment.
Sorry, Uncle Phil.
And then go do another segment, or maybe take 2 weeks and do 2 segments. Yeah. And then, so the logistics of it.
I think when you yell that, I do want to do a week trip in May to the Catskills again. Like I used to do it a lot. I used to do it every May around Mother's Day weekend. It's like the big hatch, and it's just fun. And
So I love you to death, but is it a fishing trip or
Hold
a
on.
biking trip
Hold-
or
hold-
is
hold-
it
shh.
both?
Could be both.
No, I would say that the 1 week in May, I actually have a crap ton of hours. I'm a salary. I have a 401. I have all the benefits. I actually have benefits at a bike shop. I have a lot of time. But no, the Catskills is a week, like 5 days. Barely have enough phone service from my wife to keep in touch with me so I don't get in trouble. Like, turn off. But
You
I want
still
to take
have-
another week.
You still haven't said whether it's a bike trip or a fishing
That's a
trip.
fishing trip.
Okay.
But that would be an awesome the gravel up there is amazing.
I
Up
think
in the
both. I think both.
But it could be a double trip, and she could go with me and stay in the lodge. But I want to take another week around this. I want to do it around May too, May early June,
Okay.
before the bike shop gets super slammed. I don't know what I'm actually doing next year.
Who knows what is going to happen next year?
I might not
either.
have inventory by next. I actually been doing a lot of back order stuff lately. I've been learning that I was a little behind the curve on that, but no one really. Everyone's learning from this. There is a couple shops that I know that are have gotten on the back order train early. They're actually getting inventory in, but stuff they've. I mean, I'm getting it too, but I did it a little. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows what next year's gonna be
Who
like at a
knows?
bike shop?
Who knows what's gonna happen?
We might actually. Well, they're saying all our bikes are coming in April and May. Some guy called me about a journeyman today, and he was the first person we had to be like, "It's August, buddy." They sent out a press
Wow.
release.
Wow.
He's a local guy, so
August of next year.
That's
before-
absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Well, what's going to happen is the used bike market is going to explode next spring.
Unfortunately, he's at 58 because I have a nice Sequoia.
Yeah. You'll be able to find some nice used bikes.
Yeah, Warbird.
Well, thank you for coming on with us
Yeah,
tonight.
thank you
yeah,
guys. I
Jessica's
really
a-
appreciate it.
Clink.
Clink.
Good job. Thank you for doing what
Clink.
you're doing
Thank
with
you.
the kids and St.
That's for
Jude.
Dave.
And hopefully we'll be able to raise a little bit of cash
Yeah,
for
this
you
is awesome.
here to do some stuff for the kids and buy a wagon. So that I'm still not exactly sure what the wagon's for, but
To take the
Yeah.
kids to chemo because they don't
it's-
want to be in a wheelchair all the time.
So like
Okay.
they buy them a wagon that they get to use the whole time.
so it's their wagon.
Yes,
So
Yes.
the kid gets the wagon.
Yes. So
Yeah.
it's,
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
it's a little radio flyer wagon, and instead of sitting in a wheelchair,
Nice.
going down the hall to chemo every time.
You probably answered that earlier or
She
talked about
did.
that earlier, but I was probably in the middle of doing some technology thing
So-
over here. I'd miss a lot of
No,
stuff
it's
sometimes.
Totally fine. And I'm gonna talk to my nice friend Alonzo. I love Alonzo to death, and he thought he was dropping off a wagon at Joey's bike shop.
We could just mail it.
So
he could still drop off a wagon for the toys drive for Toys
he
for
could.
Tots.
He could. He
There you go.
absolutely could.
So if a wagon shows up, Alonzo brings it. Big Country brings a wagon. Then we'll find somewhere for that wagon to go. You're going to stick around for this or that, so you don't have
I'll
any
be
choice.
Here. Thank you.
But one more time, folks, the URL, the link is on your screen, but also for those folks that are joining us tonight via the audio podcast, heroes.stjude.org
Og.
forward
from Bahaba.
slash Santor. Reading is tough, but I'm also going to put that link in the show notes. There we go. First item up on this week's This or That. Would you rather have a nice, soft 3.7 ounce poly cotton blend t-shirt or a Hanes 16 ounce cloth weight beefy t-shirt, aka a zipperless welding jacket?
Do I
Jess,
get to go first?
you get to go first.
Okay, and I don't mean to go through a little side tangent with this, but it's kind of what something
I always
Joey
do.
does very well is his side tangents.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
So I wear every single piece of Joey's clothing.
Okay.
Like
Oh, yeah.
every single piece of Joey's clothing. Like last night he had socks on the kitchen table and I wore them to running this morning and I was teaching digitally online and all I could hear is Joey downstairs singing about his missing socks.
They were my
Right.
bumbas. They were my bumbas. Our house was 56 degrees this morning. I wanted my socks.
You wanted your
So
bumbas.
currently I'm wearing Joey's flannel with a Joey t-shirt probably underneath. So I'll be honest, I never buy my own clothes because I just wear Joey's.
Can I get a point of clarification?
Sure.
Do you are the clothes freshly laundered and then you wear them and then Joey wears them? Is that why he always smells so nice?
No, I don't think so.
I'm the clean one.
Joey's the clean one.
It's just the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I shower every day.
Joey's closet is also immaculate compared to mine. Like I can't open the doors to get into my closet, so I can do it to Joey's. So
I got flannels on one side. It's
you
messed
got
up
it
now.
all organized.
I did,
He does,
and then
he does.
between laundry, every so often I have to reorganize it.
So he's very nice. Like if I put stuff in the dishwasher, like he waits for me to walk away, then he reorganizes it. The same thing with the laundry. Like I fold the laundry and I put it on the couch, and it just kind of sits there until the weekend, and then Joey sorts it and puts it away. The first night Joey stayed at my apartment.
It was not the first night. That would have been too creepy. The first maybe week that I actually stayed there. Don't I want to get that vibe right.
Do you want to go ahead with the story? You can.
Well, you see how big my table is right now?
Mm-hmm.
She had about 2 baskets of laundry about that big in the corner of her room, just piled up. I'm like, wow.
You rethinking this?
So I went through and I folded and did everything and put it up in her closet. She had like a walk-in closet and then in the apartment over there. She didn't. I mean, we're married now, so it wasn't too weird. It was kind of creepy, probably. I'll be honest.
You didn't think it was creepy. You thought it was sweet, didn't you?
Well, I was like, well, thanks, but I didn't think it was bad. Like, I didn't understand why
she had
the urge to do it. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I honestly didn't think it was wrong.
You could take it a couple different ways. I see that now.
So,
it's like, oh, he did something for me. Or
yeah.
I just got her
What?
car detailed 2 weeks ago, and it's a
Yeah.
mom again. But
So-
I'll do it again.
where's you at, Joey?
So it doesn't really matter what T-shirt, as long as Joey buys it and he puts it in his closet and it's
So-
clean, I'll wear it.
Right there, though, is I've only bought one T-shirt in like years. And that was recently. I bought one of the Maryland fly fishing shirts. I've never paid for a shirt.
I haven't bought a T-shirt in a very well. I buy a whole bunch of them.
You buy them all.
I either buy like 80 of them, or I don't buy any at
So
all.
like, actually, the GTD ones, I feel like
They were always just a little too thick for me.
Sometimes,
no, I love the way they. I'm just. Long story short, I don't buy shirts. Like literally,
Yeah.
I work in the bike industry. I get like 15 a year, and I
Yeah.
purge them. I got like 6 paddle sport shirts. I got all the pack shirts. I got so many shirts. My shop shirts are a little bit thicker, but we got them that way because they just take the abuse a little
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
So I don't mind the beefy whatevers.
So the
I know
funniest part
you-
was one
you're
day.
T-shirt snobs.
The funniest
I'm a
part
t-shirt
was
snob.
one day Joey he got me a smaller size work shirt from him, and he put it on and he was in the bathroom and he was like, "Damn!"
Well, I had a second thought. I was like, oh my god.
Anybody in the live stream have an answer for that? I'm sure Ted's probably chimed in. If Ted's still around.
I can't show off the top bod in a beefy tee. Is there any movement of the new? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Tom.
Actually, Brian knows more about that than I do, and Tom just texted me.
Any movement on the new park at Cove Point as far as trail planning? But I know there's a lot of momentum with that
There
right now.
should be. Have you seen the lake? It's
Going on.
it's now a river.
Yeah.
Um,
The county's being very forward-thinking with regards to putting in mountain bike trails at the new park at Cove Point here in Calvert County, and we're all very excited about
yeah,
that.
that's awesome. I didn't even know about
because
that.
They have basically come to the mountain bike groups and said, if you guys want to start on this project before we have anything else going on in this park, have at it. It's basically bring resources, bring money, bring planning, bring whatever you can to the table. So there is some momentum moving on that. And I think over the course of this winter, we're going to find out more about that. Second item on this week's This or That, Jess or Wes?
Oh, Joey, don't answer it.
You're up.
Well, I mean, I love Wes.
Can I just answer it for everybody?
Sure.
Jess.
Aw.
Well,
I love Wes. I really honestly do. We totally miss him. I don't know if I miss the dishes I would wake up to in the morning, but I definitely miss Wes. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
if something was going to happen in Lusby and I needed somebody, it was Wes first.
Wes was always the guy you could call, and he would just drop whatever he was doing
Correct.
and help you out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There was a time, this is when Joey was drunk in the elevator at the fly fishing festival. And
I heard about that night.
no comment.
I didn't have a car because something was broken with my car, right, Joey?
He's busy on his phone.
I was looking for a
He's
West.
busy on his phone.
So you want to talk about West? I was looking for a West picture, and I have this video where Austin West chimed in. This probably isn't. Should be on. And I was taking a video of Austin, and West jumps in, and Austin's like hucking his bike at the lake. Look at Wes.
Jeez.
That picture of Wes's butt is also TV.
Yeah,
What?
there's lots of pictures of yeah.
But I was saying something. Yes. So
We miss Wes, but
Wes
he's not
knows
here.
I love my schedules. So Wes texted me in the morning. He goes, "Hey, do you need me to bring you a coffee?" And
This was
yeah.
more for the live stream and the
It will
listeners,
make
I
me
think.
cry because
Oh, look, now
I
I got your butt.
There's way too many butt pictures on your phone, buddy. I'm going to go ahead and skip on to number 3.
Hold on, I didn't get
no,
a pick.
well, you don't
sucks
get
to
the pick.
suck, buddy.
I'm going to say
Pull it together.
Jess.
You can't really not put you can't put them together because if you put the W with
this is what I was looking for.
It's just that
I got Wes got in so much trouble making his
I
profile
remember
picture
that.
with his future in-laws.
ice cream cone or snow cone, Jess?
100% ice cream.
100%.
100% hate snow cones.
Ooh,
Joey,
I
ice
love
cream?
snow cones.
Joey likes snow cones with marshmallows in
Oh,
them.
that marshmallow.
It's disgusting.
Have you ever had the marshmallow
Blueberry with
topping?
Marshmallows.
No, ooh. No, I'm with you.
Oh man, we're going to Ace when the snow cone cart pulls in. They have like this, like the fluff
yeah, I know.
marshmallow.
Fluff. I love fluff.
They have it's a little bit more liquid version.
And it goes on top of a snow cone.
Oh, it goes. They put it in the middle and then they put a little on top in like a hole.
Joey, that's disgusting.
I don't know.
Oh,
I would try.
I'm
going to
change your life.
Now I kind of. I was thinking like hunks of marshmallow.
It's disgusting.
But fluff is different.
No,
it's marshmallow
it's
cream.
Fluff. It's
Yeah.
marshmallow cream.
Yeah, it's marshmallow cream. That's different.
And I like the cream. The other cream they put in snow cones. It's like a vanilla custard.
Oh, I'm not a custard. Don't do custard. Nope.
But
nope.
the
Is
fluff.
it the consistency?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got a weird.
I
kind of
love
thing.
snow cones.
And we all know, Joey, that you should not have ice cream. So I'm going to go with ice cream cone.
Yeah, I shouldn't have ice cream. cones.
Anybody in the live stream have an answer for that? I don't know why my live stream is so far behind.
It's your computer.
Yeah, I know. It's just because there's so much stuff.
Can't get enough of Jessica's infectious positivity, but Wes completely I can't read. Cantankerous answers are missed.
That's
Wes
true.
is completely cantankerous. And then
Can't
after
get enough of Jess's infectious positivity, but Wes's completely cantankerous answers are missed.
And then Ted said after Jess's opinion on snow cones, I choose Wes.
Joey, your snow cones are disgusting. It's like eating like ice and fluff together. But Joey also has coined eating peanut butter and Cool Whip on the couch, where he dips it in the peanut butter, then he dips it in the Cool Whip, and then he eats it.
I'm in training.
You might
Endurance
actually
training.
be a genius. If you put like little Hershey syrup on top of
Oh, I sometimes put Hershey Kisses in it too.
that, yeah, you may be a man
Oh.
well ahead of your time.
Oh.
Last item on this week's This or That, text message or phone call. Jess?
I only know one person who calls me, and that is my mom. Everybody else, it's text.
Joey never calls you on the phone?
Since it's a Joey and Jess episode, I don't know, even before we started dating, I would talk to Jess the whole hour home from Parvella
Nice.
to my house.
His voice
and
was like Animal Planet, I used to say. It was like nice.
Oh, yeah,
and
she said it was like-
soothing, and like
I'd put her to sleep.
I would fall asleep to it. Like it was a very
We would just talk about whatever. Even when we lived together, I would call her almost the whole ride home.
So it was between you guys then, phone calls.
I still call her a lot.
Okay.
I'd rather call. I'm a phone call person nowadays.
Yeah.
You're a phone call
Because
person?
I do miss a lot of texts, and people are like, "Oh, Mr. Popular." I just get in these group messages with different, like the Jersey family, the Maryland family, my mom, dad, and Jessica today, different groups, you, Jerry, and people are like, "You have 80." I'm like, "I have 80 missed text messages." I'm like, "Oh, Mr. Popular." I'm like, no, I'm not. Just call me if you want something.
I know that. Remember when Wes went through his little hipster phase and he got the flip phone? And he got put in a group text message back when we were planning a bike trip. I think that's what did it in for the flip phone that he had for like 10 days. Because he's like, I can't do this. Because he would get the messages in segments and he would have to scroll through all of them to find me.
So now Joey and I mean, we still call each other, but we text.
But I live 4 minutes away from work.
Correct. We text during the day. But I also, to ease my anxiety, I have a little bit of a tracker on Joey's phone.
Mm-hmm.
So the other day he was like, I'm in Lowe's buying floor things. And I was like, took a screenshot. I was like, no, you're at Popeyes. Like, you are eating in Popeyes parking lot right now.
Whoa, wait, time out. Popeyes?
Popeyes.
I've always called it Popeyes.
Popeyes?
Yeah, we call it Popeyes.
Well,
I was like, what? It took me a minute. I'm like,
Popeyes.
what are you talking about?
so the 2 weeks ago when I did
Popeyes.
the hardwood floor stuff, I loaded 25, 30 cases of that stuff
work.
onto the trailer, took it out, loaded it up to my truck, and then I realized I had to bring it from the my truck into the house. I was a little hungry. I spent 2 hours in Lowe's.
So you got yourself some Popeyes.
Yeah. And
Nice.
I still ate a whole Ruddy Duck meat pizza that night. I had to carb load.
Well, man work.
It
Man
was.
work.
And
That's all
then
I'm
I
saying.
was putting it in, and then I'm still not done.
I am I'm a text message guy because it's easy to kind of like it's your schedule, it's your time. I don't like
You
phone
leave
calls.
your red notifications on. I can't do that. Because if people are like, oh, so you read it.
Oh, I leave mine on. I don't care.
I know you do. Because I can tell when you read mine.
Yeah, but that.
But you respond back.
Just because a red notification comes through, I could have looked at it but not been able to actually respond to it. Red does not necessarily mean that you were able to respond. In my
Yeah.
book. In my book.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Ever since the unpaved incident when we couldn't
Yeah.
find Joey for 6 hours, we have now a tracker on Joey. And
The truth has come out.
The worst he could do is go to Popeyes. We're okay.
All right. you guys-
I was with Brett Chatterton, and it was a grand old time picking up the course.
Well, yeah, but you were no cell service. No cell
Exactly,
service.
yeah.
No cell service.
Literally, Joey, that ride should have taken you 3 hours. Like I was gonna
All right.
call local emergency rooms
To
because
be-
I know you were a little bit undertrained for that.
But
To-
you
to
could
be
have got a hold
fair.
of me.
Actually, I was fine. It was Wes is the one that bonked out like before we hit gravel.
Yeah. Yeah. You could have got a hold of me.
You were drinking.
Wait a minute. I was drinking at the unpaid
Wait,
You were
party.
drinking.
wait,
I
wait,
was sober.
So I did try to look up Joey on the little place, like you can
Oh,
see where they were.
That's when I gave Alonzo my tracker.
Oh, that's right.
And then she probably thought I was doing 120 course. So I was like, oh.
right.
I was telling Brett that in the car. And Brett could probably chime in. There was times we had cell phone service. We probably did. Yeah. But there was also times we weren't, like, there was nothing around. Anyway, anything you want to wrap up this week?
Anything in the live stream
Maybe
before we shut this thing down?
we should actually get we should get a little stream out front one day and call it the live stream. Nope.
Got it. Okay, well, thanks everybody for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. And thank you, Jess, for finally
Thank
Thank
you
you.
guys, I appreciate it.
Thank you for the St. Jude donations, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
succumbing to the Brian pressure that is applied every week.
Every week.
Every week, Jess, when are you coming back on the podcast? When are you coming back on the podcast? And I'm so glad that you actually made it here. And I'm glad that we've actually turned it into something that has got a tremendous good cause behind it. So, folks, this is a listener-supported podcast by some incredible people on Patreon and or PayPal. Our show can be found wherever you find your favorite podcast. And, Joey, how can folks get in touch with us?
Sit here and touch me. Let's see. If you want to get in touch with us, our website is at graveltraveldirt.com, where we have an amazing gravel database and soon new resources of some sort we'll figure out to put up there. Also have our Patreon link if you want one of our rubber dubber stickers we'll send to you. Instagram is at Mid-Atlantic GTD, at Jess Santora, whatever, at B and Rains, at Joey Scores 24. Find us on the Mid-Atlantic GTD page. And if you want to leave Jessica a voicemail for the next episode, maybe she'll come back on. We're on 410-231-3850. And I would say, did you want to do any shout-outs for donations again before we...
Yeah, thank you, everybody. We really do appreciate it.
Well,
Howard, thank you, Howard. I appreciate you.
She's wanting to name
Thank you,
just name...
Brian. I appreciate you. Joey, I appreciate you. Tom,
Oh,
sorry, I
yeah.
have to scroll out each
Oh,
email.
sorry.
Tom and Ted. So thank you guys. Truly appreciate it.
Rocks.
So the cool part is now, if you see on my fridge, there is like a scratch off. So every month my goal is to raise $100 and run a 5K and log it. So now I can.
Excellent.
So yep. So I'll be doing a timed 5K this weekend after my with my 8-mile run this weekend.
and it's not over because this is just a live stream.
Fat Lady has
Yes.
a song.
People can go through the replay,
Yeah.
and hopefully some folks on the audio podcast will actually come to the party.
It will make my day when I'm virtually teaching tomorrow and I see these emails. So thank you guys so much. Thank you girls so much. I'm a little teary-eyed, but thank you.
If you want to donate, the website is http://heroes.stjude.org/Santora. So it's HEROES.STJUDE jude.org/SANTORA.
And that is one link I promised to put at the top of the show notes.
Yeah.
Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt is recorded this week from right here in the kitchen. I'm just calling it now.
Down
The
the
kitchen.
Kitchen.
The kitchen.
And Max's bed is moved.
Downtown.
Yeah, I feel so bad about moving Max's bed.
That's fine. He chances ripping all our cords out.
I know. It's true.
true.
He'd be rolling around all over there.
There was there's an Instagram reel, which is now TikTok, which is now Instagram still, about this dog that his mom was zooming. And you haven't seen they do like the Siri voice with the dogs that do stuff. The dog like got tangled in the corner and ripped the computer all around the house. and the webcam was on.
I
It was
know
awesome.
we're trying to close this, but you send me reels and TikToks all day long.
Of animals, like dogs, particular,
Okay.
or monkeys.
He doesn't send that to me.
I send you weird stuff.
He sends me stuff on Instagram. People wrecking their boats. That's what he says.
Qualified captains,
Yes.
one of the best. Or girls getting hurt,
Yeah, those two.
or kids getting hurt,
Those
or nut
two.
shots.
And then I go through this whole little bit trail where I have to go watch them all. Thanks for riding along, everybody. Until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others, and stay healthy.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Love you. Thanks.
Love you. Bye.
That was a little too sincere.
We're still on the. We're going to shut this thing down. Can we tote Joey
just loved
through
me.
unpaved in a St. Jude's wagon? Okay, I wish that was on the podcast.
Who said that?
Ted said he wants to know if we could tote Joey through unpaved in a St. Jude's wagon.
OMG.
All right, guys, I'm shutting this thing down. Thank you, everybody in the live stream. We'll love you. Talk to you next time.
Love you. Bye.